After a good weekend on the streets of St. Petersburg in Florida, the ALMS teams move higher up the west coast to California. Just a few miles from LA, this is Long Beach, home of the Queen Mary and, for more than 30 years, the Long Beach Grand Prix. This is another short street circuit, but it's not like St. Pete, and it needs to be treated with respect.
You have a lot of different sections here. The last section is very slippery, with a very slow corner in first gear. You have also the first section where it's funny around the runabout. You have also to put the first gear. So it's, I mean, it's completely different than St. Petersburg or Houston, but it's okay. We will see for the race.
And it's not just the circuit that's short this weekend. At 100 minutes, this is the shortest race on the calendar, so every moment counts.
Of course, the tactics are a little different. In a short race, you have no room for error, so it's very important not to do any mistakes in the pits, on the track, or whatever. But apart from that, we are racing. We're trying, you know, to go as quick as we can, like always, and just we don't have to work out so hard and so much.
Once again, there are 4 Porsches in the 8-car LMP2 field, and the Penske team has in-house competition, so to speak, from Dyson Racing in its first season with the RS Spyder, and now at round 3, starting to get the best from it as they learn the setup. With the season already under their belts, the Penske crew have a slight advantage here, but there's outside competition to reckon with as well. But for most of the qualifying session, the battle for pole, and it was a battle, was between the 2 Penske Porsches, with Timo Bernhard just 1/10 of a second behind the number 6 car.
I didn't think that they were so close. Just the last lap, the Acura with Franchitti made a faster lap time, and it's a little bit ahead, but the rest is all very tight, so looking forward.
The whole pit lane was so engaged with the Porsche battle that no one noticed that lone Acura grabbed the pole on an empty track at the end of the session.
I'll tell you what, it's one of the most hard-fought qualifying sessions I've done in a long time. Unfortunately, they pipped us at the end, but in all, you know, I think for the first time here at Long Beach, you know, we had just a handful of laps to learn the track, so I know the lap's there to have pole. It's just difficult to get it all together while I'm still learning the braking points and stuff, but it was a lot of fun. It was a great session.
The fact that Dario Franchitti is a bit of a Long Beach veteran might well have helped him to his fast time, but qualifying is one thing and racing another. And as they roll out from the grid, this is racing, with class and overall honours at stake. The nature of the circuit means this may be the second time the LMP cars can grab an overall win. But it didn't happen at the well-behaved start, however. And then puffs of smoke as Ryan Briscoe started to lock the brakes on the number 6 car revealed what the telemetry in the pit lane already knew. The left rear tyre was going down and there was no choice but to call him in. It cost a whole lap, but it was the better alternative on an unforgiving street circuit, and after a rapid turnaround, Briscoe was back in business. Only minutes later, the yellow flags were out, and as soon as the pit stop window for driver changes was open, Penske called both cars in for fuel and driver changes, getting both of them turned round and back on track before the green flag. Virtually 3 pit stops in a race where 1 was all they needed. Not everyone was smart enough to make the call, and several of the leading contenders in the race chose to leave their fastest drivers in the cars rather than take the pit stop opportunity, and it turned out to be the wrong decision. Maybe they were expecting another full-course yellow, but it didn't materialise. And as the rest of the field began making its scheduled stops, Porsche moved into the top 3 places and took a clean sweep of the podium. Penske, and Dyson.
I think with the bad luck that we had at the beginning, with the car number 6 with a flat-spotted tire, it looked bad, but the strategy worked out, and I think that's really my greatest day in racing so far.
The tyre problem for Briscoe had cost the number 6 car position. He and Masson were still ahead of the Dyson, and so the 2 Penske cars finished first and second.
you know, between on a street circuit like this, it's so easy to make a mistake. You have really to stay focused, but all was okay. Crew again perfect. Thank you very much for everybody, and that's it.
History made at Long Beach, vital points for the championship, and there's another street circuit next time out in Texas.
In 1 week's time, we're at Houston. Join us on the elevator.
Oui, c'est la première fois que je viens ici à Long Beach. C'est un circuit différent de ce qu'on peut rencontrer dans les circuits urbains. Il y a vraiment une partie où il y a très peu d'adhérence, une autre partie très serrée. Je pense qu'on doit changer 3 fois à peu près de type de goudron. Donc je dirais que chaque virage est un nouveau challenge, mais il faut arriver à s'adapter.
Ja, okay. Das Rennen ist etwas kürzer als sonst, aber das ist eigentlich für uns kein großes Problem. Es heißt einfach nur, dass wir vielleicht von der Taktik her ein bisschen anders agieren werden, aber ansonsten von der Herangehensweise her ist es für uns kein großer Unterschied.
Ja, ich meine, die Qualifying Session war sehr, sehr eng zusammen. Wir hatten eine bestimmte Anzahl von Runden geplant und mussten dann nochmal reinkommen für aufzutanken, weil es einfach die Strecke immer schneller wurde und jeder Fahrer auch etwas schneller wurde, weil man, wie gesagt, nur eine Dreiviertelstunde freies Training hatten davor. Und ich meine, im Endeffekt war es super eng und ich habe die Hälfte der Session geführt, gesamt. Und jetzt zum Schluss war mein Teamkollege nochmal einen Hauch schneller und der Honda von Franchitti war auch noch ein bisschen schneller. Und am Ende P3 gesamt, P3 Klasse. Ich wäre gerne auf P1 gestanden, aber ich denke mal, das ist ein guter Anfang für morgen. Und ich hoffe, das Problem ist, die Start-Zielgerade ist sehr lang. Also ich hoffe, dass es einen guten Start gibt und dass jeder auch geduldig durch die erste Kurve fährt, dass das Feld sauber durchkommt.
Effectivement, c'est une super victoire. Je suis très content de triompher ici. Mon équipier a été capable de garder la seconde position. On a fait un super changement de pilote. J'ai pris la tête, je me suis vraiment efforcé à prendre une avance dans le trafic et après de gérer ça sur la fin. Je dirais que c'est la première fois que la RS Spyder, maintenant nouvelle, comparé à l'année dernière, triomphe et d'autant plus devant tout le monde, une concurrence plus rude, les R10, etc. Donc il y a de quoi être très content et je remercie bien sûr tout le monde.